I'm gonna be honest. I only doing this video because I thought the pink visor and my creepy eyes staring at you guys would just be epic. I'm kidding. Folks, Rudy! Nice handwriting. Hope all is well. And thank you for taking these off my hands. This is a great story, folks. This is my failed attempt at a quick cash grab, like I did with Ashnald Transmogrant in 2021. I think that was Antiquities. That was not Arabians. With that card, I managed to realize a 4x profit. Some poor fellow paid $90 for an Ashnod? What? $90 for a Transmogrant? Twice? I don't even think that's $90 today. Well, with this card, the same fundamentals weren't there. More importantly, the timing was awful. Summer 2021 to 2022, the market turned, and this became more of a burden. So I'm just going to eat the loss. Well, I don't think you even had a loss compared to what I paid. I mean, unless you paid like $10, $20 a card, which I don't think you paid that. I don't think you're losing money. So I'm just going to eat the loss and move on to, what does it say? Spending some of the money on barber dimes? I'll owe you one if you don't take these. Thanks, man. So simply put, folks, yes, I agree with him. First thing, let's talk about the first part of this thing. Apparently, this individual did this, did the Transmogrants, which was, first of all, that card. I'm thinking of Ashton's Altar. I don't even think it's really a playable card. I guess that worked for him. See, I think the biggest difference this was a good card, and of course, the Cavalry from Arabian Nights, even more, was a bad card. This one's got a little bit of love on the side there. I don't think the difference is whether the card was successful or not. I don't think it was the particular common card. Does that make sense? I actually think the entire difference of him making 4x, doing a buyout, versus, I don't know if he even, I guess broke even maybe, on this, is simply put, I'm kidding, hold on. I really take this channel more serious sometimes. I think the difference is strictly the market conditions. That's all this is. This is a textbook story of what I've been talking about with everybody in the last 3-4 months of this cruel summer of 2022. The market peaked last year, May of 2021, when crypto and the stocks and tech and memes and money machine, everything was roaring. We've talked about this so many times. And the difference is now the unwinding, the wealth destruction, the reset, now that we're all back to normal and we all have that fairy tale of 2021. No, you can't just do a buyout and flip things and move. The market is not in a friendly situation. If you're a big company, you're not going to go public right now because the market conditions are bad. Well, they're starting to improve a little bit, at least compared to where they were during the summer 2 months ago. But overall, that reinforces to you all, it's not always a skill set just doing a buyout and then just dumping them back and making money. Now, this individual, Ben over here, I mean, he bought them out before, and he did that with the old Transmog, and he puts them back on the market at a higher price. He sold them, and he was able to churn the market and actually realize some gains. Because if he said he sold 2 of them for $90, holy crap. He probably paid a couple dollars a piece for those transmogs. Same thing with this Cavalry. The difference is, this is Arabian Nights. Okay? Arabian Nights, a common card, is mythic rare in 2022 standards. Remember that. Or hell, foil mythic rare in all reality. No. Textured. Collector box rare. Yeah? So, the market will eventually shift. Again, I've been saying for a while, I believe moving into 2023, I think we are still continuing to stabilize and rebuild the foundation right now. I think we're going to continue to stabilize and rebuild into the end of the year, like we talked about the last few weeks on this channel. And I do believe as we hit the end of the year and we roll into 2023, I think we will start seeing a lot more bullish and a lot more activity, a lot more money entering the collectible market. It takes time. This stuff is a very patient thing. And again, this is a great story of this individual didn't want to hold these cards. He has no passion or love like I do for, the flippin' Cavalry. This is a pretty cool piece of art. I love the cards with the horse artwork. Jander's Saddlebags. Is that an Ace Ventura line? I think Jander's Saddlebags was an Ace Ventura line. I love there's like Jander's, there's some cards like Ebony, there's some cards with some beautiful horses. Just great artwork in Magic. There's not very many cards with horses and actual really nice artwork like that. But this individual had no real plans of holding this. He's not attached to the card. He didn't buy this because he has a passion for it. He didn't buy this card because, he was obsessed with it or has a childhood memory or nostalgia, or, he went on a date with Rudy's ex and they shared their cavalry together. There was nothing like that. He simply just saw a cheap Arabian Nights card, similar to the old Transmog. He saw an opportunity and he did it. I guess he did this last year in 2021, but, what he didn't realize is, unrelated to the card, unrelated to that pink visor up there, unrelated to any of that stuff. All right, that's enough creepiness. We're gonna cover that up now. That is a little creepy. Unrelated to all that, the market turned. Doesn't really matter what he could have picked, any Arabian Nights card or a common card, even a Bazaar, a Loa, a Library, a Dejin, and a Freet. He could have picked anything. At the end of the day, the market conditions turn, and people need to understand, when market conditions turn, all the ships are going to go down. It's the same thing I deal with. People angry at me that everything I sell is a scam or a ripoff or too expensive. Because again, when the markets deflate, all the prices downtick. I don't change my prices every morning and check it. So yeah, there's times where my prices are higher than the market. My prices then get lower, and something moves up, and I didn't move my price up, or something moves down, and I didn't move it down. You're going to have constant ebbs and flows, and this is a great textbook story. Again, we're not talking much money here, folks. We're not talking millions of dollars and tens of thousands. We're talking like, what, 2 Dogecoins here? What are we talking about here? I mean, we're not talking about much money, but it's a great story, of this individual who's done some buyouts, and, well, it's worked. And he did a buyout, and it should have probably worked, but it didn't because, well, the market turned on him. It has nothing to do with the card he chose, nothing to do with Arabian Nights, has nothing to do with antiquities, has nothing to do with the price of the taco index. Essentially put, the market turned, inflation went up, money machine got turned off, and the vacuum and wealth destruction was potent. And everything went down together. It doesn't matter. New sealed boxes, old sealed boxes, reserve list cards, vintage, non-magic, Pokemon, Weiss, and, Flesh and Blood, and MetaZoos, and hell, even a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed boxes, Final Fantasies, the new card games, the Kickstarter. It's more of an across-the-board adjustment. So you can't blame any particular card game, individual, LGS, distributor, or company when you have an overall market shift. So when the macro environment changes, you got to kind of zoom out and understand what's going on. So that's my speech. I really want to share this. I thought this was a great, simple, low dollar, low effort, basic thing. Very simple. Oh, it's a serious video. I'm telling you, it's a serious video. I'm telling you guys. I got nothing else, folks. In conclusion, like I said, no, you're not going to have, the best, returns ever buying collectibles. It's not designed to beat this and do better than that, but collectibles remain a very passionate thing for a lot of people, including me, and it's a great piece of any diversified portfolio. It's a fantastic piece. We talked about that for the last 6 years on this channel, and I still think it's a great addition to everything else if you're looking to diversify and park financial, just park your money into different financial things. It's just a great thing. Overall, like I said, remember, just like similar to equities and similar to bonds and real estate, collectibles don't have an even price movement. These Calvary cards can stay, I don't even know, $7 a piece, and they can stay that way for the next, 9 months in a row. And then out of nowhere, they can go to $50 a card. Or they stay flat, or they do nothing for the next 5-10 years. And then all of a sudden, in year number 11, they become $100 a card. Or nothing ever happens. That's part of it. That's part of the importance of diversification and knowing when you deploy capital into these type of things, you need to be mentally understanding that you may be stuck with these things for your entire life unless you fire sale to creepy Rudy, which means, if remember, folks, everything in this video is not for sale. But if you have a weird story or you want to sell me anything crazy, AlphainvestmentsLLC at gmail.com. Remember, any comments or social media or other connections or people claiming to be me are false and fake, unless you're a patron sending a private message, or AlphainvestmentsLLC at Gmail. You're getting scammed. Those are the only 2 ways to actually legitimately reach me. So once again, folks, hope you learned something today, that even when you're right, sometimes you can be wrong if you just simply don't have timing. I don't like using the word luck, but there is a little bit of timing in life. market conditions can make you look really smart or make you look really dumb. And that's an important thing to understand, folks. And as always, none of these cards are for sale. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day, everybody.